my day is, my morning is finishing up. It's 3:30 now. My evening is going to start soon, and a long night ahead of me because I've made a decision that I am going to drive back to Ontario after the races tonight, which gets me home around 2:15 a.m., but it is my wife's birthday tomorrow, and I would like to be home when she wakes up. So, great day of training here in Ohio. I'm getting, just got reports from Amy that everybody trained good. Couple of scratches. Thomas on my side was a little bit sick. He had some blood in his nose in this morning, which might have banged his nose or something. It's no big deal. But when they scoped him, he was full of mucus. He had some mucus, so they didn't train him today, obviously. There was one other horse I think Amy said didn't go. Oh, my father's horse didn't go. She said he was a little sore up front. You got to get the flip-flops back on him. He's a horse that we took the flip-flops off, and then immediately he just seemed like he wasn't as comfortable. It happens from time to time. It hasn't happened that much this season. One trotter, I think, in Ohio, we had to put them back on. No, one in both the green shoes. In Ontario, we had to put them back on, and we're going to put them back on. James Arthur also. So, first set was good. J-Port Beach Boy, don't talk about Bruno McPaisley, from what Amy said. All trained good. Today was a little bit slower and colder and windier. Today it was beautiful in Ohio. I don't want to say it too loud, because Amy would get mad, but it was like 3 degrees and a vicious cold wind in Ontario today. So not a lot of anything to report. Second set, Amy said Winter Bells was good, a little flat. She said, but everybody was flat with the weather. She said there was no issues in that set. And then she said Punch the Clock was very good again. She said Flash Fly was good. I got a head pull on the inside of Flash Fly. She said she's on the left line a little bit, kind of running away from that head pull, but I don't like her when she's running in. She gets out of gear. I'm just going to leave her like that for now. I'm not changing anything. Maybe we could potentially put a Murphy blind outside, or I guess I could take the head pull off and see how she is on Saturday. But she said she was good otherwise. George of the Jungle, she said, was good. Great bet. I haven't talked to Danny yet, but the reports I got were Great Bet and Watch Your Mouth were good also. And then in the last set, Seasons of Love, I took all the boots and everything off her the other day. She just seemed a little choppy, and touched her jack. So we put trot boots back on her today. It was a little unnecessary. That had nothing to do with me. Guy was turning left at a light, and the dump truck didn't like that. Generally, I find dump truck were against half ton. You're better err on the side of caution if you're the half ton. But as she said Drebin and Seasons of Love were good. She didn't say anything about Rito's Lady, so I assume she was good too. Not a great report. I apologize. I haven't got a hold of Danny or James yet, but given what Amy had said about the weather, I don't think there's a lot to report. On those two. Now, I'm in an area I don't know that well. Hudson. Nice area. It says to turn right here. Okay, so we'll turn right here. Gonna go get a bite to eat and then race tonight. So, the sets here were quite different. Everybody was good. This was the first day we implemented, rather than going faster with the horses this time of year, I had said it to Jason and James the other day, that first lap that we usually go in a mile and a half, it's just really been a very slow jog for the most part this year. We've sped that up now. It's going to be the first lap will be a 125, 130 shot, and then go to a mile and 220 or 225, and that's exactly what we did today. Anywhere from 125 to 130 was the first lap, and then we ended up going a mile anywhere from 20, a few of them went to 24. Everybody trained inside of there. Really, I can tell you the only two horses, Electric Line, you could feel he was a little rough today. The blacksmith and I and the vet talked about it after and decided we're going to cryo those hind sesamoids. If they're bothering him, we're going to cryo them now and see if he can come forward a little stronger. I'm also going to have the blacksmith just put shims on him like I would a trotter, like I did with the green shoe fillies, for different but similar reasons. Put those shims on him, see if we can get him widened out. And because all he's doing is coming out of the turn in the straightaway, coming up close to, some horses don't really grab themselves. Just that getting close to that front end with their hind end crossfiring will cause them to disrupt their gait. Some of them make breaks, and we're really trying to combat with this combat that with this guy. Now, the problem is his sesamoids bother him a little bit behind, which is causing him to narrow up a little bit, get out of gear sometimes. So we're really not just trying to fix his gait, but fix and manage any sort of discomfort or pain he has in those hind sesamoids. Really, he has his moments where he's good. He was great his last 2 training trips. Today he was so-so. So we're going to work on continuing to push forward with him and try to mitigate and manage those interference issues. The other horse was 3rd and 6. He was okay, but as I said to Jason the other day, a little flabby, right? This is trying to shut down now. Is it my phone? I don't like that. He was a little bit flabby in training, so we decided that blister him a little bit, back off a little bit with him also. We've done that with Heli in the Clouds. This is a time of year when we see this stuff, and we have to be on the lookout for it. Are the horses comfortable and able, not just able, comfortable in pushing forward? And if they're not, be aware, right? You just can't turn a blind eye to it and push forward, or you're really going to be unhappy with what happens next. So when it comes to a few of those horses, they are going to need to take a step back, and 3rd and 6 may be one of those. That doesn't mean we need to stop with them, but it does mean I see what happened. My maps closed because my phone was hot. I assume the camera will be next. So 3rd and 6, he doesn't need to stop. Just back off. Instead of going in 220, 222, go in 230, 232. And there are 3 or 4 horses. Electric Line also could fit into that group, and a couple of the other ones that we're getting used to, but are getting close to pushing harder on. But overall, a great day. I'm going to run through them quick because I don't know when this is going to crash. First set, Gypsy Hill was great. Cowboy by the Sea. I said to Jason, he is going in the right direction in a very, very good way. Cowboy by the Sea looked incredible today. This entire set was packed within 2 lengths finishing up, and we were going a pretty good clip the last 3/8. I walked through the barn afterwards when we were unbridling the horses and taking the bridles off them, just to see how much that first lap really affected them. Were they winded a little more? Were they sharp? Were they feeling good? Everybody seemed like they took it real good today, and this first set was so strong. Cowboy by the Sea, Gypsy Hill, Irresistible Sun, Oh Snap You, Royal Emeralds were all rammed into a 2-length window, finishing up, and all of them were very, very good. Set 2, much of the same. Affection came first over, cleared to the front, lost a shoe, and still was a winner in that set. Venice Blue Chip right beside her. Really Don't Care. I was right behind them with Sweeney, and I'm Fancy Like was to my flank. Again, 2 lengths separated the entire 5 horses as we finished up. Both those first sets went in 220 and 221, and that's after a first lap in 122, the first one, and then 124, the second one. Those first two sets set the tone for the entire day. Everybody was good. Third set, Southwind Digit was great, but I did not win that set. Antilles Hanover was a winner and looked very, very good in his set. No Chance in Hill, Green Tea. I was second with Digit. I think Green Tea and I were right together, right beside each other, finishing up. No Chance in Hill and Purple People Eater right behind me, and Victory Blue Chip was there outside. 6 horses in that set. All 6 stayed at it, did their work, and all 6 were, again, now there's an extra horse, so it was about a 3-length window, but all of them were right there. Fourth set we went out with Electric Line. I had to watch him the whole way, so I was back a little bit, as was 3rd and 6. But Alibaba, Mel Gibbswan, Lavec in action. Somebody asked me about her the other day. She looked good today and did not know. We're right there, 4 of them together. Jason and I were back a little bit with 3rd and 6 and Electric Line. But again, that was a very good set also. They went in 224 off of first half and 127. So a little slower that set, but they did their work very, very well. 5th set, I'm going to tell you what. Maybe not our fastest horse, but one of my favorite horses to go with is Pull the Shoes. I told you we were going to tinker with her shoes just a little bit, put 2 toe corks on the outside of the front shoes just to see if we could keep her out of those knees a little bit, and she was perfect. today. Took the bell boots off her, cleared to the front, and she won under a heavy, heavy wrapped up win. She looked very, very, very strong and very good today. Memory and Imagination was beside me. Sedona Hill, Born to Dance, was charging through the inside. Sedona Hill was in the middle, and just behind them off their flank was Cherahola. Now Cherahola, this is a tough mountain to climb. These 4 horses, they're all trotting and pacing very, very, very good. Jason put Born to Dance on the front. I was watching him go over the first shadow. I said, this is going to be a good show right here. I didn't know what he'd do. I kept a very close eye on him. He paced over the first shadow, the bigger portion of the shadow. So the shadows come from the light standards. The big head of the light standard shadow, he paced over. But when he was behind me, when I cleared to the front after the quarter, he was back a little bit. And just a little line across the track, he's kind of tiptoed over. So I heard Jason yell. I said, just relax. Just relax with the big colt. He finished up very strong. Everybody was good in that set also. So at this point of the day, we've been through 5 sets. Huge smile on my face, especially seeing Pull the Shoes trot so strong today. It was very, very uplifting. Now the 6th set, I swapped. I went with Militant. Joey went with Blanton's Blue. I put Militant on the front. Paycheck Princess came first over. Eric looked at me after. He goes, I could have beat you if I wanted. I love it. And maybe he could have. But Paycheck Princess, confidence is blooming on her now. She looks so much better. Hasn't made a break in quite a while and has looked great. Militant led the whole way and ended up trotting a last half in 105 and a bit to win the set. He was very strong. Nicola Hanover was on the inside. That's Jason's filly. She was good. Blanton's Blue on the far outside. Those 4 were stacked right beside each other, and just off us in behind was Sunset Acres Girl. Again, 2.5 lengths separated the entire crew. We won a mile in 2:23 off a first half of 1:24. So a great set in there again. And then the last set, pretty strong bunch of horses. I had Lover's Play. Really, really, really happy with Lover's Play. Arson cleared down the backstretch for Derek. Not Zoolander, just Derek. Cleared down the backstretch and drove away. He was wrapped up halfway down the lane. We were really, really making it from the head of lane to the wire. Lover's Play was closing in. Pickpocket was from the far outside. Activation was in the middle. That was the last quarter in like 34 seconds. 33 or 34 seconds in the jog cart. Just beside us was Vaquero Blue Chip, and just a step behind them, because it was his first training trip in 2 weeks, was Prince Charmer. But again, everybody in that set did their work well. 2 horses today, and one of those 2 didn't run, just a little bit flat. Only one horse that I saw made a break. Only one horse made a break today. And he just get out of gear. But Electric Line was the only one that got out of gear. And we are going to continue to push forward and work hard on him. But all the other horses, all 7 sets, trotted, paced, did their work, and made that first half a mile look very, very easy today. Everybody well within themselves, and everybody ate and seemed great at lunch. So I'm going to go eat myself, and you know what? I'm going to take the next 40 minutes off, if you don't mind. I'm going to take the next 40 minutes off. I got to be back to warm up the horses. Jason volunteered to drive to Delaware today. Good as him is going home to start swimming in Ontario and go pick up the Gray. The Gray is on the way. The big gray mare, Era of Love. Hopefully she gets in Monday. She'll be in our care tonight, start jogging tomorrow. She leaves Friday morning for Kentucky with the other horses. So that should be a lot of fun on Monday. Scott Zeron is going to drive. He's in Oak Grove on Sunday. He's going to drive Tailgate Buzz. John McDonald is going to drive Took a Dive off Dipper. And I suspect and hope Johnny's able to drive the other 2 on Monday, but we'll see. We'll see. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to continue down this road to the restaurant I am going to. I'm going to get a bite to eat. I'm going to go back to the house, get cleaned up, and head back to the barn to start warming the horses up for tonight's races. As soon as race 10 is over, don't tell Amy. As soon as race 10 is over, I'm driving right back to Ontario. I should be home around 2:15. So I hope you guys had a great day. The weather was amazing here in Ohio. A little colder and a little more blustery in Ontario. But you know what? I wasn't in Ontario. I was here today. So I hope you had the same type of day I had. I will talk to you all soon. I'll give you a little rundown, maybe after the races on my way home from Ohio tonight. Take care, everybody.